If you're in a situation where you're separated or going through a divorce, I'm going to give you some very helpful tips on how to make some radical changes that will be so effective that you will be so amazed by the results. Let me tell you, the best revenge is living well. And I'm going to tell you what happened after my breakup in my marriage and in relationships too. I made some radical changes really quickly. I moved 1,000 miles away to Missouri, and I got a house, and I got to work immediately. I started going to counseling. That was a real leveling experience. I really did the work that I needed to do, and that really laid the groundwork for what I needed to do to change my life and the radical changes that I made. Now, if you are one of those people that can't make radical changes, let me just say this as a side note. I'm not saying that you have to move 1,000 miles away to change. You can change your environment by redecorating, rearranging your furniture, maybe buying new sheets if it's in your budget. Just make some radical changes. Start there. I put crafting videos up because you can get into crafting. I try to make them really simple. Do something that's radical. Like radical changes mean a lot to making changes. They may be simple changes, but what it represents is that you're no longer going to sit around and mope and cry over your ex. Okay, when my ex found out that I was making all these changes and saw that I was changing, he noticed. He noticed big time. In fact, he started coming back. And it wasn't the fact that he came back that really changed it all for me. We started talking, and something that he doesn't do as an Italian, he yells. Okay, most people know if you've ever been in an Italian family, they don't talk, they yell. So we got to talking, and he just was really floored at the changes that I was making and wanted to know what was going on. It was a mystery. And that's exactly what it is. It's a mystery. I don't know what the actual secret ingredient is. It's just making changes that are radical, that really aren't radical at all. I just made the changes, and I did it over a one day at a time, and I didn't do it all at once. Okay, nothing like this happens one day in one day. Okay, I made these changes because I knew that they had to be made anyway. I mean, I had a burning desire to really get things done, and I just learned how to use a drill. I learned how to use, hammer and nails. I learned how to do things. I learned how to garden. I learned how to do a lot of things, even like with my brother when I was on vacation with him. And it wasn't really a vacation, it was a work vacation mostly for him. But just learning how to work the farm and just learn how to do things makes me more independent. And I recommend this so much for people that are going through a breakup because it really does teach you how to be independent. Now, I'm just going to give you a quick look here. You could see the baskets. Those are all full, those baskets above my fridge. They're full of like nuts and bolts and hammers and etc. Not what you would think, right? But I have gotten so used to building and nailing things up and doing things around the apartment that when the time comes, I'm moving to a bigger place and I will have a bigger place to do more with. But right now, this apartment is as much. This apartment here is. I can only do so much. It's an apartment. I'm just saying this for somebody that is going through a breakup. You have to do little changes one day at a time, and that way you will feel a sense of accomplishment. And you do the journaling, you do the other things, and you will feel somewhat satisfied. I don't have any other things to say other than that, so I'm going to end the video here. Thanks for listening.